listening to an audio article by the Common Constitutionalist. Today's article is entitled, Democrats Come to the Aid of Once Hated Jeff Sessions. The saga of the Jeff Sessions firing is fascinating. I've heard many conservatives say that Sessions should not have been fired, and more so that President Trump should not have been so outwardly hostile to the man for recusing himself from involvement in the dinner theater that is the Mueller investigation. But what was the president supposed to do? As I understand it, Jeff Sessions gave no indication that he would recuse himself prior to being appointed Attorney General. It was only after he was confirmed that Sessions dropped that bombshell. Trump had every right to be angry. Sessions should have told Trump ahead of the appointment so that the president could make an informed decision to even nominate him. Trump could then have easily pulled the nomination in favor of someone else. Now that Trump has pulled the trigger and fired Sessions, the Democrats are predictably howling about it, like Sessions was this great guy. Well, if he was such a great guy, why did only one Democrat, Joe Manchin, in the Senate vote to confirm? The answer is simple, because Trump wanted him, and the Dems despise Trump. Still stinging from their loss in the presidential election, they vowed to undermine Trump whenever and however they could. If Trump wanted it, they opposed it, no matter what the it was. So it strikes me as quite funny that the Dems are now coming to Sessions' defense. DNC Chair Tom Perez said that the firing of Sessions was, quote, worse than Watergate, unquote. Now that's not hyperbolic or anything, Tom. Senate Democrat Joe Manchin, fresh off his victory, is claiming that the firing of Sessions puts us on the precipice of a constitutional crisis. Calls by the Democrats for the impeachment of the President Justice Kavanaugh do not constitute a crisis, but firing the Attorney General does. Isn't it interesting that whatever the Dems disagree with is a constitutional crisis, as if the Democrats give a crap about the Constitution? For more than a century they've been undermining and usurping it. Now they want us to believe they care or even know what's in it. Manchin said in an interview with CBS News that, quote, it's a big mistake to let Jeff Sessions go, unquote. Manchin explained that Sessions is, quote, a good person who is grounded and committed to the rule of law, and he expressed worry over the future of the Justice Department's investigation into whether the Trump campaign colluded with Russia to influence the 2016 election, unquote, which, as we already know, didn't happen, for if there was even the slightest evidence that it had, it would have been leaked by now. This is hilarious and pretty much the opposite of what the Dems thought of Sessions when he was appointed. Sessions was treated like a racist hayseed who was the sworn enemy of civil rights. Leftists like Cory Booker and Elizabeth Warren took to the floor to call him out. There was absolutely no deference paid to then-Senator Sessions as a member of the Senate. In other words, this whole show by the Democrats is just that, a show. The president has every right and constitutional authority to fire any member of the executive branch for any reason. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to the same thing. The Democrats hate Trump for being elected. They don't care how phony and disingenuous their outrage looks. They will never get over the fact that Trump is the president and will go to any length to undermine him. Even defend a racist, anti-civil rights, their words, not mine, country bumpkin like Sessions. Thank you for listening.